Yes, let us move for another topic, environmental accounting. So here, objectives of environmental accounting and whatever the majorly exactly what is the environmental accounting. Suppose normally as a company fulfilling the whatever the customer need and wants and as well as demands, so that cases they are also sometimes ignoring the environmental issues. For example, air pollution itself, water pollution, soil pollution, these are all the pollution will be that ignorance. So these also consideration of the when we are doing for the environmental accounting. So that reason only, as per the Companies Act 2013, they are implementing the one of the major accounting aspects in that environmental accounting. That part only we have to be consider. Basically, you have to be improving the society as well as it is also one of the consideration of the social responsibility accounting. Also, we also consider because of when we are protecting the environment, because of the in the environment basically living the so many people as well as community people. So that people only we have to be protect when we are doing the business. So that reason only we also effectively we have to consideration of the environmental accounting. So that part also we have some objective, identifying and reducing negative environmental impact of conventional accounting. So ultimately we also reducing the environmental issues which arise from the particular business as well as industries. So that cases also you have to be reducing the environmental conventions and whatever the imposed to the society. So that only we can call it as environmental accounting procedure we want to be fulfilled over. Second one, it is separately identify environmental related cost revenue with conventional accounting. Whatever the cost your people are spend, ultimately you also protecting the environmental. For example, in a particular industry, that some of the releasing the some of the pollutant water to the river. So for example, the same industry, when they are releasing the pollutant water to the river, they have to be that particular water you have to be idle over there, and as well as whatever the chemical content you have to be neutralized, and then you have to be release the water to the river. So that situation, some of the cost also you have to be incurred. Why? Because of when I am directly releasing the pollutant water to the river, ultimately to be impact of the water pollution. So that avoidance purpose also we have to be spend some of the cost. That cost only we have to consider in the environmental accounting part only. And second one, it is try to reconcile conflicts between conventional and environmental criteria. So when we are getting the permissions, so all of you know that when we are started of the one industry as well as company, your must and should be clearance from as well as NOC, no objection certificate from the central pollution board as well as state pollution board. So that people some of the conflicts and conventional of criteria as well as law rules and regulations to be followed. So that in the following the environmental accounting aspects. Devise new form of financial, non-financial accounting system, information controlling system support environmental begin management decision. Ultimately, the non-financial accounting system also you have to be considered when we are support more environmental management decision also to be taken in the proper positive effect to the society. That reason also you have to be consider or develop new form of performance appraisal for internal and external purpose. So that is another one of the major objective for the environmental accounting, the appraisal of the human resources. And last one, it is operationalize sustainability. So that is another one of the major thing you have to be operationalized. You have to be sustainability. The particular organization as well as company must be sustained as well as retain. When they are improving the public opinion as well as positive manner, then only we can increase the whatever the customers as well as client. So that reason also you have to be consider over. Next part we will go for accounting standard. So all of you know that major thingly accounting standard in ICI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Basically, we are giving the standards to the accounting procedures as well as accounting rules and regulations. These are all the things we will be there providing in the proper procedure to be issued by the expert accounting body as well as government. So basically what they are giving exactly the according to the standards are issued at the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, basically measuring the and presentation as well as disclosure of the accounting information in a proper manner itself. Then only which can easily to be reached of the common people as well as stakeholder. That reason only has to be maintained for the some of the standard. That standard only we can call it as accounting standards. Basically, we'll go for objectives or needs of accounting standards. The first one it is statement standardized the accounting policy. So that is a major thing. So that is a major aspect. So it is the what is a standardized? Basically standardized means all of you know that is easy to understanding the people. Suppose I am giving the any accounting information, for example cash flow statement, fund flow statement itself, financial statement itself. These are all the statements when we are disclosing in a proper manner itself. Proper manner in the sense of easily understanding that. So when we are understanding, when they are maintaining the accounting standard itself, then only which can easily to be reach of the common people. That common people only as well as stakeholder, preference shareholders, banker, debentures, these people has to be received for the accounting as well as financial system reports. So that thing only we have to be follow. Second one it is to eliminate to the extent possible the non-comparability of financial statement. Ultimately, you have to be comparability of the financial statement one company to another company. That basically that comparison it should be the maintained for the uniformity. Basically, when we are preparation of the financial report, that financial report should be maintained for the uniformity. Why? Because of the all the company should be maintained for the same accounting procedure and accounting disclosure procedure. Then only which can easily stakeholder has to be invest the money to the particular company itself. It adds the reliability to the financial statement. Basically reliability means the accurately and whatever the accurate and transparent information has to be provided. It increases the arithmetic accuracy financial statement. Also it will be effectively. And fifth one, accounting standards help to understand the accounting treatment in financial statement. So basically accounting standards to be implementing and financial statement basically to provide the fair and as well as annual report to the stakeholders. So how it is possible the particular financial statement when they follow the proper accounting standard, then only it is easy to provide the whatever the fair financial statement to the stakeholder as well as public and government. It will be majorly impact of the company. It is a positive impact from whatever the investors to be retained from your company as well as new investors to be attract of your company. That is the thing will be the possible when you follow the proper accounting standard as well as financial statement perform. So that is another major agenda as well as major objectives of accounting standards. And another one it is advantages of accounting standard. We have a very much little advantages here. We have a 3 point of that is one. It is the accounting standard reduce or eliminates the confusing variation in the accounting treatment used to prepare the financial statement. So a lot of confusion is there and the conflicts is there. That conflicts and confusion to be eliminated through the accounting standard itself. Second one it is accounting standards may call for disclosure behind the required by law. The required by law it is nothing but ICAI. It will be developed to the proper constitutional aspects that will be statutory based on that we have to be fulfill over. Then only the disclosure will be that possible. And finally, it facilitates comparison of financial statement of different companies. So when we are comparison also, it should be basically impact of the investors. why they are comparing because of what is the major input and as well as output of the company. That is also will be comparison, and financial comparison as well as sales comparison, accounting performance comparison, management performance comparison, ratio comparison. So these are all the things will be that consider it be facilitate to the particular financial statement. So that's why the financial statement always to be maintained for the uniformity for all the Indian companies. Then only it will be possible. And next one it is disadvantages. There may be trend towards rigidity. It is away from flexibility in applying the accounting standard. So that is another one of the major applying the accounting standard. Also, it is one of the major impossible cases. Some of the that is the disadvantages. Accounting standard cannot override the law. So override we cannot root out the law. We cannot break out the law because of you have to follow the accounting standard rule. Sometimes they also over the law we have to be override the law has to be follow some of the company. Difference in accounting standard are bound to be because difference in the legal system and traditional from the country to another. Most of the company they are maintaining for the traditional accounting system. All of you know that previously we are following the single entry system. Now we are converting to the double entry system. So all of you know that nowadays we are also following the payroll system and tally accounting software. There are so many things we are will be using. So these are all the thing will be that little bit will be another major revolution will be created in accounting standards in for example companies act 2013. It is a major impact of the accounting procedure, and nowadays also they are implementing the IFRS, international financial reporting standard. That is also one of the major version. It will be the creating the new awareness of the accounting standard board. And finally, I'll go for procedure for issuing accounting standards. So these are all the major procedure only we have to be consider. So basically, the following procedure will be that giving the by accounting standard board will be that ASB. ASB will be it will be completely controlled by the government as well as public sector undertaking industry based on the work study group organization refers to above exposure draft. The purpose of standard will be prepared. The draft will be concept and fundamental of accounting principle relating to the standard. So all of you know that basics accounting concepts and convention principles golden rules of the accounting, these people only has to be provided. And second one is definition of the terms used to the standard. The each and every one definitions to be considered. The manner in the which of accounting principle has to be applied and which manner to be applicable, and presentation, disclosure, and applicability, date and effective, and finalization and modern modification of accounting authority council. So these are all the major performa given by the accounting standard board. So that is a major thing. We also that is a formal procedure when we are given by the ASB. These are all the procedure has to be fulfilled over. The same thing, applicability. Applicability at the accounting standard. Basically, applicability means industries, enterprises, as well as organization. So these are all the three level of the applicability we have: level 1, level 2, level 3. The level 1 means level 1 enterprises we are giving the listed your listed companies is listing bank including cooperative bank, financial institution, insurance, turnover more than 50 crore, holding subsidiary, and entitled of the public depends upon the entitled any of the 1 to more than 10 crore turnover or public deposits. So that company we will be the follow level 1 enterprises. The level 2 also we have classified entitled whose turnover between 40 lakh to 50 crore, and entitled having public borrowings between 1 to 10 crore, holding and subsidiary entities for any of the above. So these are all the entities should be follow the level, consider the level 2 enterprises. Level 3 entities which are not covered under level 1 and level 2 are considered are level 3 entities. So these are all the major three kind of level of entity enterprises as well as entities should be follow the accounting procedure and accounting rules and regulation. So these are all the another one of the information. And finally, we'll go for accounting standard issued by the ICAI. So there are some of the accounting standard we have. So you all of you know that accounting standard we have a so many 32 accounting standards we have. Ultimately, these are all the accounting standards only we have to be discussed over. For example, here it is, for example, depreciation accounting, construction accounting, cash flow statement, and another one it is accounting for investment, accounting for amalgamation. So we already discussed with that IS 14, it is the accounting for amalgamation. You have a company's account, borrowing cost, related party disclosure, lease, consolidated accounting, tax on income. So these are all the major accounting standard we have. These are all the accounting standard. Also, we also be consider in the ASP. So these are all the major thing to be follow. So we have another one of the EPS, all of you know, earning per share. That is also one of the accounting standard. Intangible assets, that is also another one of the accounting standard. It's very important accounting standard only how to cover. In advancedly, your people are learned in the next two more classes also you have to learn. For example, you have one subject in the fifth semester IFRS. So that subject you learn most of the accounting standards. You just understanding that what is the accounting standard, what are the accounting standard, why it is required the accounting standard, and what is the major purpose of the accounting standards. So these are the major, and how you people are follow up the accounting standard of all the enterprises and as well as company. So that only we have to be discussed over. So yeah, the major thing only has to be covered in this particular concept. Thank you. Remaining will continue next class.